Hello everybody and welcome to Entered Show. Today we're going to be reacting to, let's call it, Ghost Rider vs. Spawn. Marvel vs. Image Comics. Ooh, okay. Never heard of Image Comics.
Ghost Rider versus Spawn. The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel of Armageddon. He's with that boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
A death battle.
And we're here to choose. So
Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson.
Until the day Crash lived up to his name and got cancer, heartbroken, and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned to the only thing that could, chemotherapy. Oh!
To cure Crash's cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the 8th layer of hell.
Why would you mess with the
Only
double
for
bro?
Crash to actually live up to his name right after.
But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind. He bound Johnny to an instrument of divine wrath,
Crazy.
Zarathos, the spirit of
vengeance.
So Johnny Blaze lived up to his name and burst into hellfire.
Johnny Blaze,
A
are you?
skeleton biker with a sick-ass hug. The 5th scariest Nick Cage performance. The stuntman from hell. He called himself the Daredevil.
Sorry,
Well,
Johnny,
Daredevil
but
is already
Okay, then how about the
taken.
Ghost
The Ghost
Rider?
We
Rider.
definitely didn't forget that we named the character the same thing only 5 years earlier.
Oh wow.
The Ghost Rider was bad news for
Hey.
Earth sinners and scumbags.
Hey.
He's strong enough to...
Read fast because I don't know how much time this thing can take.
real name, my mouth. Jonathan Johnny Blaze, height 188 centimeters, aka 6'2", 220 IBS, farmer stunt cyclist, bound with Zarath, the spirit of vengeance, former king of hell, fellow Ghost Rider alongside Danny Chat.
to pull down skyscrapers
And
rock
Robbie
mountains, and
Reyes.
cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries.
Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him, making him immune to all physical damage. Only holy weapons
See,
that
holy
target
weapons
his
is
soul
weakness.
can harm him.
It's not just his body. His whole arsenal is hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of from an infinite
stream of something. Alright, so basically my brother got 4 teeth pulled out, so he still can't really speak. That's why yeah. Damnation Stare. Demonic Magic, Hell Cycle, Hellfire, Mystic Chains, Penance Stare, Regenerative Healing, Sin and Soul Manipulation, Superhuman Physique.
I like that.
3 weeks ago, it's not
chains,
really
a
late.
shotgun
like
packed with fiery rounds, or a flaming missile barked right out of his mouth. Life goals.
And he can imbue other objects with hellfire, such as his Hell Cycle.
Oh, this badass bike can outpace Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds.
Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky, or released from his...
Wow.
His boner, Wiz. Get it?
Get it? Yeah.
And it doesn't just scorch flesh. Hellfire is so deadly, it can burn away your very soul.
This technique would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch.
Oh yeah, Johnny's
Wow.
not the only Ghost Rider, and Danny was the first to master their most famous move. You know, the one that burns your soul to smithereens with just a look. The Penance Stare.
The Penance Stare inflicts upon its victims every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others.
That's a lot of
Every
pain.
cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment.
Obliterating your soul. It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and Danny got into a staring contest.
Okay, so it can
and
work on
Danny
Spawn.
actually depowered Johnny.
Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the Penance Stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because he didn't regret his actions, but it did work on him on other occasions.
Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to kill you. He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show
That's
you
new.
the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider is two souls in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
A classic Faustian bargain. All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, penance stare an entire city, and fly all the way to Asgard, which is a literal infinite distance away.
He's manhandled some of Marvel's heavy.
If you want to read, then read. If not, well, I got it. Alright, source of Ghost Rider's power. Demonic physiology. Nature manipulation, magic energy manipulation. Other hosts, Alejandra Jones, like Alejandro, like our friend. Cool. The Hood, a single mother. What? Skyreamer. It doesn't matter. Danger, Craven, and Brood. Possibly an angel.
Hitters like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange. Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole? Think again. The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of Ghost Riders did just that. An army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of heavenly black ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now? Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither? Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear. What we do know is that ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm. Mephisto, ever the trickster, claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could bond him to Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably powerful. A battle with him could cause omniversal Armageddon, fitting as his fight with Galactus rends the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse. That's the kind of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal. Total cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise when Johnny went down to the underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Scoring the total power of Hell itself, plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips the whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell. No shot.
As they say though, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Johnny began an obsessive crusade to...
Man, this is gonna be the longest thing in the world. What's happening? Outsped Mjolnir! Crazy. Survived battling World War Hulk. Used penance stare on a whole city. Took a missile that would have destroyed the angel ST, which is Saint Michael. Fought the Avengers to a standstill. Defeated Doctor Strange, Mephisto, Newell the Living Darkness, Zadkiel.
Capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again, Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by Hell's power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's help to pull him out of the darkness.
Though he gave up Hell's throne, the Ghost Rider continues his war against demons without and within, mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the ways of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
As they sure as hell won't find any in his.
On to Spawn. See you guys.